Hello, music lovers and conversationalists. Welcome to the channel and welcome to another exciting episode of Friday Firsts. Today, I'm excited to share with you an artist who is one of the stars and future leaders of the blues, and an artist who I think is going to propel the blues well into the future for decades to come. She is one of the most talented musicians in the blues world, and in terms of musicians in general. She's, like I said, one of the leaders or pillars of the next generation of blues. That includes Christone Kingfish Ingram, a well-known blues man at the age of 23, 24, something like that, maybe 25 now. He's won multiple awards at the Blues Music Awards and has also won a Grammy. And we have the Lovell sisters, Megan and Rebecca, who front Lark and Poe, the roots blues band that has really made a name for themselves. They also won a Grammy for, I believe, contemporary blues album this year in the Grammys, at the Grammys. And we also have Allie Venable, a Texas guitar slinger and also a very talented singer-songwriter. And tonight's episode features the 2013 Berklee College of Music graduate, and her name is Vanessa Collier. And before I get into showing you her debut album and giving my take on it and the songs that were my favorites for the album, a few fun facts about Vanessa. She self-released her debut album in 2014, a year after graduating from Berklee and touring with the legendary Joe Louis Walker. She is a 12-time Blues Music Award nominee and 3-time winner, which include back-to-back awards for the Best Horn Player in 2019 and 2020, and she's up for the same award in 2024, which will be held in Memphis on Mother's Day weekend in May. She is also a recipient of the Horn Player of the Year for 2022 and 2023, courtesy of the Blues Blast magazine, which has an awards ceremony, if you will, every year. And they are a formidable blues publication online. And I'll remind myself to leave a link for that website. They have a lot of great interviews, album reviews, and just a great way to stay up on blues music around the world. Speaking of around the world, Vanessa Collier is well known throughout the world, and the blues enthusiasts will flock to see her anytime she comes around to their town or city. Vanessa is heavily influenced by some phenomenal artists. I'm not going to name all of them, but a small sample of the artists that have shaped her musical styles is Bonnie Raitt, Nora Jones, the Tedeschi Trucks Band, and the legendary Ray Charles. And you can hear their sounds in her music throughout her discography, and it's just amazing to see the sound that she has also developed on her own, which is a nice blend of blues, funk, soul, and gospel. And she really just knows how to stitch all those together and make a very unique sound. She is a saxophonist extraordinaire, but she also plays the lap steel and also, I believe, a bit of piano. And she's just an amazing talent and does not disappoint when you go see her in a live show. One thing that I like about Vanessa is when she sends an order, whether you order 1 CD, 2, 3, 4, she includes a personal note, and that's very, very rare from any musician in terms of orders. I've never received anything like that before. Not only is this personalized note from Vanessa herself, but it's also handwritten. It's not typed or anything. And the most recent album that I picked up from her is a live album called Live at Power Station, and it is a album that came out in 2022, and I believe this was also self-released. But here is I'll try to get this note. Hopefully you can read that all right. And show you the album itself. This is definitely an album that's staying in the shrink because I can listen to it on a digital format and stream it anytime. But I can do that with a lot of the music that I have with the blues artists. But as we know, being collectors, we like to have it physical copy. And another great picture of Vanessa at the soundboard, or in the recording process, and there's the track listings. And I believe this was recorded through April 2022, so this is her most recent album, and it really captures the spirit and the enthusiasm of her live shows, and listening to it, you'll really understand why so many fans love to go see her, and she packs the house wherever she goes. The next album, I believe, is a 2020 release, and I have 2 copies of it, and as we know, we somehow end up with doubles because we forget that we have the copy at home somewhere, and this is her most recent studio album called Heart on the Line. And as I said, I have doubles here. No, you're not seeing doubles. I actually, like many of you, have multiple copies of multiple albums. And this is just a solid album from beginning to end. And show you the track listings on here real quick. Get that into focus a little better. Next up we have, which is probably my favorite album of hers. This is just such a exciting, jam-packed album with a little bit of funk, a little bit of soul, a little bit of blues, just everything for everybody, and it's called Honey Up. I love that picture of her on the cover. It really captures her energetic spirit, and it's just such a fun album to listen to. And the track listings on the back, of course. And I think this is the one that's also signed. I got most everything signed. And this was at a show that I got it signed at. Next up we have her sophomoric album, and it is called Meeting My Shadow. And got the cover signed here. I just love that picture for the background here, and a great photo of Vanessa, of course. And this is off of the German label Roof Records, which has produced so many artists from Mike Zito to Samantha Fish, and of course Vanessa Collier, just to name a few. And there's the track listings there. And that brings us to the main feature for tonight's Friday First, and that is Vanessa Collier's debut album, Heart and Soul and Saxophone, released in 2014. And I know I've said it a lot on these Friday First or album reviews that this particular debut really does show that Vanessa Collier is a musician in every aspect of what a musician is, in terms of her songwriting, her vocals, her talents and multi-instruments, and Heart and Soul and Saxophone just really captures and really just launched her career as a force to be reckoned with, not just as a saxophonist, but one of the best musicians in the blues world, and she has not looked back since the release of this album, and it is just such a fun album and a fun musical journey that'll just get the blood flowing and really ignite all your senses. There's the track listings here. Try to zoom in a better. And it's just one of my favorite albums in general for blues. I know there's a thread going around. What are your top 10, I believe it is top 10 albums that shaped or influenced your music or your life? And I'd say this one very well could be in the top 10. It's that good. There are 5 songs on here that are originals by Vanessa, and one of them is a instrumental one, and the only instrumental one that's become a fan favorite and a staple in her live shows, and it's called Keep It Sexy. The other one is Bad News Bears. That's another one that's become a staple and a fan favorite at her live shows. And the first 3 songs off of the album really set the tone for the vibe of the album, which have a 70s funk / soul to it. And the top 3 that really are such a powerful punch are The Runaround, Tongue Tied, and So What. They all have such a unique sound, and you really get to see what a multifaceted songwriter that Vanessa Collier is, and really get to see the different sides of her musicianship as well. I have 4 songs here for you tonight that I think are standouts, and 2 I already mentioned, but I'll do a little deeper dive, if you will, into them. Keep It Sexy is as I said, the lone instrumental on here, and it really captures her passion for not just blues and soul and funk, however you want to describe her sound, but it just really captures her passion for life. And this song is so catchy, and in terms of what it has to offer, it's just so deep. It has such a great sound to it. This is one of those songs where if you're at a small venue and the artist goes out into the audience and starts playing their instrument or singing, stopping at different tables or rows of chairs, whatever the case may be for that venue, Vanessa does this and really just connects on a totally different level with her audience, and it really just commands a lot of respect, and rightfully so, for her playing, and just that inspiration that she pours out, and taking in the energy from the crowd. It's just an amazing song from beginning to end. This next one is like Keep It Sexy, is one that has become a fan favorite at her live shows, and it is called Bad News Bears. And this was a song that started, that came to be in a sad situation. Vanessa lost one of her friends at a very young age. I think they were college friends. He was a saxophone player just like Vanessa, and his name was Max Cowan. He, from what she said at one of her live shows, whenever she plays this, she'll tell the story, the backstory of this, and will tell of how Max used to say, when something would go wrong, "Oh, that's Bad News Bears," and she penned the song with the title Bad News Bears. That really has, it's just an upbeat tune. This one will have you dancing your troubles away. It's got that upbeat New Orleans type sound to it that everybody knows and loves. Gospel-y kind of beat to it as well, and or a feel to it as well. Just really captures the sights and sounds of and smells, if you will, of New Orleans. Not having been there, it makes me feel like I have been there, and Just an amazing song that really is usually the closer of the main set, or it's the encore for the show, and it really just brings the house down and brings people to their feet for what is usually like probably I'd say the exclamation point of the show, and just really resonates and connects with everybody in the room. And there's not a person in the room that doesn't have a ear to ear grin on their face after listening to that song. The last two songs on here that I really enjoyed off of the album, and still do after all these years, are Tongue Tied. And this is the second track off of the album, which really, to me, is a song that we've all been in the situation where you're trying to attract a love interest, or you're trying to get to know them better, or whatever the case may be. And it's just something that you're saying all the sweet nothings, if you will, and it really you're doing kind of a runaround kind of to bring it into ties with the first song, the runaround. It's one of the first three songs, the opening track, which is just a phenomenal tune. But I couldn't think of any other way to say it. For Tongue Tied, it's just a song that we've all been able to relate to in any kind of a situation, and it's just a fun song to listen to. The song that I think really stuck with me is the closer of the album, and it's called Right By Your Side. This is just Vanessa accompanied by a piano, and it's really a sweet song that says no matter what happens in the world, to always get your friends and family's backs, and be there for them. And I just want to say that I feel that it's been a pleasure making videos for everybody in the VC, and spreading the blues, and I'm going to continue to do so. And I feel that I have all your backs, and that I consider you all friends, and it's just been a fun journey so far, and I'm happy to bring the Friday Firsts to you, and I have a lot of more great ideas, I should say, and I'm looking forward to presenting to you more blues artists, in addition to rock and whatever else I might find interesting for a debut album. So once again, thank you for watching tonight's episode of Friday First. I know I'm a little long-winded here, but this is Heart and Soul and Saxophone for Vanessa Collier's debut release. This is just a fantastic album from beginning to end, and that should be in everybody's collection. Get the track listings here with my finger out of the way, and I hope you give it a shot, and I'll put the link in the description below for Blues Blast magazine, which is a great great magazine to read online. And thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you all soon. Take care. Bye bye.